No.
Tigers. Fight, Tigers, fight. Mike, it's not even a top 1,000 moment all time.
Okay, Tommy, shut the hell up, man.
Mike! Of course, I'm gonna go with the right answer. It's Ryan Eads of the Baltimore Orioles. He's only wore the number 80 for 8 games. He's only one of 2 players.
You know what? No, I'm not gonna take this.
Welcome back to Go Chat. We are back with a Thanksgiving special here. Of course, we did miss this past weekend. Me and Tommy both have had the flu. I'm pretty much recovered. I don't know about you, Tommy, but
I'm doing good. I'm on the road.
We're all feeling good now. So we got the Thanksgiving special here to get an episode out before Thanksgiving, before a great set of NFL games. And, unfortunately, some of us will be out of town, so we won't be able to film next weekend. But that's why we really want to get an episode here now so we can consistently post episodes and give you a little Thanksgiving spirit on your YouTube channel. All right. We got the GOAT of the state. In this state, we're going to Indiana, where you can really only pick between the Indianapolis Colts and the Indiana Pacers. So there's not a lot of picks here. Maybe if it was all time, it would be a much better question. But I'm very interested to see who you guys have to pick. So I'm going to start with you, Mike. I want to say you're going to go football here. It might be the most logical thing, but we'll see what you pull out.
I mean, this state is absolutely devoid of any, player that has been there for a long time. So I got to go with someone young, and I'm going to go with Quentin Nelson, offensive lineman from the Indianapolis Colts. I think he probably has the best resume of any player in Indiana so far. He's played at the highest level pretty much you can play at in the NFL, 3-time Pro Bowl or 3-time All-Pro, one of the best offensive linemen in the league thus far, and his career is just getting started. He's in his 4th year now, and he's already one of the best, so I got to go with Quentin Nelson.
It's a great choice there. Connor, I'm going to throw it to you. Who do you got?
I am also going to be going with a football player, someone much better than Quentin Nelson. He actually puts points up on the board. This is Rodrigo Blankenship, the kicker of the NFL. Obviously, Scratch didn't have much. Pretty good stats for 2 years in the NFL. 43 for 51 on field goals, along of 53, and he's only missed 3 extra points. 24 kickoffs, 15 of them being touchbacks. I mean, Rodrigo Blankenship is the man of Indiana.
Oh yeah, he's getting replaced by Michael Badgley while he's on the injury report this year. That's an interesting pick, Chavi. What are you gonna go with?
Well, I was gonna go with Jonathan Taylor, but at the same time, I gotta go with Rodrigo Blankenship. That's who I wanted to go with, but I felt like I'd get laughed at. But you laughed at Connor first, so I'll add on to it. You gave all the stats. I mean, what can I say? The man's a kicker. So we go with Rodrigo today.
He does love Legos too, if you guys didn't know that. That's very interesting picks. Not gonna really comment on either of those picks, but I'm gonna have to agree with Mike and go with Quentin Nelson here. I really thought it was between 2 guys, and no, I did not think those 2 guys were close to Carson Wentz. Jonathan Taylor is a nice shout out, but he's very young in the league. Same thing with Rodrigo, very young in the league. But Darius Leonard is a great shout out, who I was also thinking about. Great defensive anchor, but I ultimately went with Quentin Nelson, who's one of the best offensive linemen in the NFL for the past couple of years since he's been in the league. I really have no words for the Rodrigo pick, guys.
I'll just leave it at that. Darius Leonard was another great pick I didn't really think of, but since he's gotten into the league, he's been one of the best middle linebackers as well. So he was another great pick. So shout out to him. Obviously, the ultimate shout out to Rodrigo Blankenship, one of the best kickers in all of Indiana. So
I don't think people talk about the second best punter in Colts history with what's his name?
Rigoberto Sanchez.
Rigoberto Sanchez. I think he deserves a lot of credit in that special teams office.
we have a special segment coming up. Who knows? Maybe Rodrigo Blankenship will be mentioned again in this episode. Unlikely, but maybe he could.
All right. Well, we got a special holiday Thanksgiving episode for you guys. We're gonna hit into a little NFL talk, a little current talk, and then maybe have a special Thanksgiving treat for you guys. So we'll be right back.
Welcome back to Go Chat. We are here, and don't worry, the Thanksgiving treat is coming right after the segment. We got to touch on the NFL first, all right? So what we are going to do is we're going to name a team that should be thankful for the position that they are in right now in terms of like the playoff picture and stuff like that. So, Matt, I'll swing it to you first. In the AFC, which team do you think it should be thankful for where they are right now?
I think a team that needs to be thankful for where they are now is quite literally the team that's in first, and that's the Tennessee Titans. I mean, losing Derrick Henry is a huge blow, and I understand that Derrick Henry played for like 8 of those games. Yeah, about like 8, 9.
Majority.
But still, I mean, they're not an 8-3 team without Derrick Henry, and they're not going to have Derrick Henry for the time being moving forward. Quite possibly through the playoffs, we'll have to see what Henry's injury is at. But they just lost to one of the worst teams in the NFL, the Houston Texans. I get Tyrod Taylor ran the ball in like 2 times and had an actual decent game. But still, the Tennessee Titans, Mike, you preach this all the time. Their defense sucks. And they should be really thankful that they're in the 1 seed, because I don't think they're going to be there any longer with the Ravens. Even the Patriots, with those 2 teams coming up, I don't think they're going to be in the 1 seed soon. As soon after this, and this week they play the Patriots. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the Patriots could literally just overtake that 1 seed on this Sunday. So yes, I do think the Titans need to be very thankful for where they are.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned how I preached like their defense being bad. To be fair, like their defense is a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Like their defensive line especially is very good, but the secondary is lacking. Like I thought before the season. But Connor, what about you?
I think you got to look at a team right now that is not currently winning a division, but is sitting in that 5 spot there in the AFC wildcard, and that's the Cincinnati Bengals.
No. Not the Cincinnati Bengals. Come on.
Yeah, they're sitting at 6-4 right now, but they had 2 pretty ugly losses against the Jets and the Cleveland Browns. And we look at the Cleveland Browns now, and they're winning a game 13-10, and Baker Mayfield's refusing to talk to media and is throwing fits about fans and everything. I mean, this is a discombobulating team. They were able to beat this Cincinnati Bengals team that started off, really hot. And their stats look great, but Joe Burrow's thrown 11 interceptions, through half of a year. That's not fantastic. Obviously 21 touchdowns. That's great. Joe Mixon has 9 touchdowns, close to 800 yards. Jamar Chase has easily been rookie of the year valuable, or rookie of the year type potential. But I mean, I think they've got to be lucky at sitting at 6-4 right now. Obviously, you go and you win a good game against the Raiders on Sunday. You lose 41-16 to Cleveland. You lose 34-31 against the Jets. And then, I mean, your big wins, you've beaten the Lions, you've beaten the Jaguars, you beat the Steelers when the Steelers really didn't hit their stride. They have good wins over the Ravens, 41-17. But I mean, you lost to an NFC favorite in the Packers. You went into an overtime game with the Vikings. I just think you got to look at the schedule. They've been fortunate with their schedule right now. In these games that they should win, against the Jets and the Browns, they didn't. So I think going forward, I think we got to be a little concerned, and they should be happy with where they are right now.
Okay. Connor, appreciate the answer. Tommy, do you agree? Are you going to pick the Bengals? Or are you taking the Titans? Or are you going to pick someone else?
I'm going to go with somebody else. I'm going to go with the Buffalo Bills. Obviously, they had a lot of high expectations coming into the year. And right now they're sitting in second place behind the Patriots. Patriots are 7-4. Bills are 6-4. And I think they should just be fortunate to be, in the playoff hunt like they are, only half a game back from the Patriots, because they've really underachieved, had a really tough year. And, to have a chance to still be in first in that division, I think is big. And, there's still plenty of time, obviously, still a lot of time for them to turn things around, and they have a lot of talent on that team to where they can do that. But yeah, I think that they should be thankful to just be half a game back, one game in the win column, and tied in the loss column of the Patriots.
That's another good pick, Tommy. And I'm kind of glad that everyone picked the same teams that they did, because we all have different answers here. And I'm going to go with the Kansas City Chiefs. And that is because they really start off very, very slow. Just everything was not clicking. Their defense didn't get off to a good start against, pretty much for the majority of the season, excluding the last 3 or 4 weeks. But that whole team in totality was just struggling out of the gates, and they were able to limp to 5-4 record, and they were very fortunate to have Aaron Rodgers, out due to COVID against the Packers in that game. Let's be honest, the Packers were probably going to win that game. They only lost by 6 points, and they barely beat the Giants as well on prime time on Monday night by 3 points, and they were just getting blown out by some of the best teams in the AFC against the Bills, against the Titans and all that stuff. So, they've turned it up as of late, but to be in first place in the division right now at 7-4, I think they're pretty lucky given how they played coming out of the gates through the first 8 games. So they're my team that should be thankful for where they are right now.
Yeah, and they're definitely thankful in a way that the Chargers hit their bye week, because Chargers have one more win. They're tied, and then the tiebreaker goes to LA, and LA takes that division. But yeah, the Chiefs Packers would have whooped their booty if Rodgers was playing. I can tell you that for sure. That was a very ugly game from the Chiefs offense. But it doesn't sit right that you picked the Bengals, Connor, because the Bengals actually have quality wins. When you compare it to a team like the Bills, the Bengals should have. The Packers Bengals, let's be real. I think the Bengals probably should have won if Evan McPherson didn't miss that field goal. But if Mason Crosby didn't miss the field goal, the Packers would have won. That I think that's a very quality game. And then I think the Vikings a very good quality win. And even the Steelers. We make fun of the
Steelers. If they beat the Steelers now, would be a quality win, not the Steelers in week 3.
But the Steelers in week 1 beat the Bills. The Steelers were a good team to start the year off.
4 straight.
The Steelers were a good team to start the year. Yeah,
the Steelers they've been the same team throughout the whole year. Let's be honest.
Yeah, the 4 straight was the hot Raiders team, and then the Packers. Yeah, those are 2 very good teams.
Now, you look at the Bengals schedule the rest of the way. They have the Steelers right now, who are hot, who are playing good football. They just lost a close game to the Chargers. And then you have the Chargers after that, and the Niners, who are hitting their stride, and the Broncos, who are a 500 team. I think that's definitely a win for Cincinnati, but they're still a 500 team. Then you got the Ravens, Chiefs, and Browns to end your season. When I think
they could potentially go 10.
What does that have to do with where they are right now, the rest of their schedule, though?
I think this is the best position they're going to be in the rest of the year. I think it's going to be all downhill for them.
Connor's saying that they should be thankful where they're at now because they're going to go downhill. But I think that this is a 10-7 team. I think that ideally they're going to lose to the Chargers and the Ravens and Chiefs. I do think that they could beat the Steelers,
Ravens, Chiefs.
I think
they could absolutely lose to the 49ers.
I don't think they will.
49ers are hitting stride right now. The 49ers have played really good football the last 2 weeks.
Against the Jaguars.
They did beat the Rams.
They played very well against the Rams, but they're coming off a win against the Jaguars. So we really don't know where they're at. And also the 49ers is literally the Rams kryptonite. So I think that the Bengals are a very good team. And I think it's unfair to say that they should be thankful where they're at now. I think they've had very quality wins and they've played some good teams, obviously playing the Lions.
Very quality wins. We look through the schedule. They beat the Vikings by 3 in week 1.
The Vikings are a really good team. The Ravens are a really good team.
You lost to the Bears. Who are now announcing that they're going to fire their head coach. They're a 3-7 football team. You just lost to that team. You lost to the 2-8 Jets. You beat the Jaguars by 3 points. Sure, they have a quality win over the Vikings and over the Ravens, but they lost to the 2-8 Jets. They beat the Jaguars by 3. They lost to the Bears. I mean, they lost to the Browns. It's just an inconsistent football team.
But I think there are much better options in this question. I just think there's better options in this question than the Bengals. I mean, even the Bills, I think that was a really good pick by Tommy, because they have literally no quality wins. They played like pancake schedule. And yes, they did demolish the Jets, and the Bengals lost to the Jets. But I think the Bengals are a very good team. That's all. That's all I really wanted to say. I mean, if you have any final thoughts.
I mean, you could look at the Titans as well. I mean, their schedule is loaded with quality wins. Sure, they lost a couple bad ones against the Texans and the Jets and stuff like that, but they beat the Colts twice. They beat the Rams. They beat the Chiefs. They beat the Bills. I mean,
I came at that answer saying that they don't have Derrick Henry, and they're thankful where they're at now.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow's been sacked 28 times through 10 games. That's a lot of sacks. He's being, on average, sacked close to 3 times a game. He's thrown 11 interceptions. He's only ran for 55 yards on the year as a quarterback who is able to be mobile. Obviously, he's coming off a torn ACL, but you got to be able to get mobile outside of the pocket if you're getting sacked close to 3 times a game. And he has.
I mean, he is getting mobile, but.
Right, but he has 55 yards on the year in 20.
Connor, he's not going to run the ball anymore. He ran the ball last year. He ran the ball against the Packers. He got absolutely hammered, and he got taken out of the game. He's not going to run the ball anymore, but that doesn't mean he can't roll out of the pocket. He always rolls out of the pocket, and the problem that he has is he doesn't throw the ball away, and that's why he's getting sacked. Because I saw in the Raiders game, he rolled out of the pocket like 20 times and just kept getting sacked. And that's his problem. It is something to look at, but I would not look at his rushing yards and make any assumptions or any. That really has nothing to do with anything.
I think at this point, 100%, Joe Burrow is going to be a really good quarterback in the NFL. At this point, he's not a playoff quarterback. He's not.
I think he is, but that's fine.
He's been relying on that deep ball to Jamar Chase. That's why he's gotten so many. That's why he has 21 touchdowns. Jamar Chase has 8 of them. Jamar Chase was hitting so heavily on those long passes to start the year. Obviously, he's a great route runner. All that stuff. Jamar Chase is a great receiver. But Joe Burrow isn't what the 21 touchdowns is right now. He's thrown 11 interceptions. He's been sacked 28 times.
Okay, we can.
And they have a tough schedule the rest of the way.
We can move to the NFC.
Yeah, let's move to the NFC. So in the NFC, we got a lot of like 500-ish teams, a lot of players. A lot of teams looking in and out of the playoff picture and whatnot. So let's go in reverse order this time. Tommy, what team in the NFC is thankful for the position that they are in currently?
Mike, we got to take a look here. If you want to go to Matt or Connor, you can go.
Okay, Connor, what do you think?
I'm going to take Matt's thing here and switch it over to the NFC, and I think we're going to look at the Arizona Cardinals, who are thankful for where they are right now. Colt McCoy started their last 3 games, and while they are 9-2, they still have played really good football. They're firing on all cylinders. You go into a bye week, and then you get Kyler back out there on the field. I just think they're controlling this division. I said it on our preseason show back in August that I thought they were going to win this division. I thought Kyler was going to be an MVP candidate. Just boost my own bubble there. I just knew what I'm talking about. But no, I think they're in a really good position. Colt McCoy starting the last 3 games. Kyler Murray is going to be back. James Conner has really emerged as this number 1 guy here. Obviously Chase Edmonds went down with a high ankle sprain. They'll hope to have him back in a few weeks. Christian Kirk, AJ Green, Hopkins has really had a year that we're not known to see DeAndre Hopkins. He still has 7 touchdowns, close to 500 yards, but we're expecting so much more from DeAndre Hopkins. They're finding all these guys. AJ Green's had a bit of a resurgence. Who would have ever thought that we'd say that? But I think we got to look at the Cardinals and say they're very thankful for where they are after having Colt McCoy start their last 3 games.
Matt, what are you thinking over here in the NFC?
This is very difficult. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of like Tommy right now. I'm just looking at these teams. I'm gonna roll with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers right now. They're 7-3, sitting on the number 3 seed, first in the NFC South. Now I get the NFC South is kind of garbage. The Panthers are pretty good. Don't think highly of the Saints. Falcons are just the Falcons. But still, I mean, even looking where they're at the 3 seed, I do think the Cowboys are playing much better than the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and I think the Cowboys should be at that 3 spot. If it wasn't based on record, if it was based on power rankings, even though the Cowboys have been a little inconsistent lately in the past couple of weeks. But you look at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers or their schedule. They've had a few quality wins. I think the Patriots is quality win. Obviously, Cowboys quality win. You could talk about how the Cowboys Dak's first game back, just getting into the swing of things. But they also have pretty bad losses. I mean, Washington was a bad loss. And then, like I said, I don't think highly New Orleans. They lost that game. So I think Tampa Bay is a very good football team. I'm not trying to say that they're not, but I think that they should be very thankful for being at the 3 spot. They probably still deserve to be at the top of the South. But they're very lucky that they're at the 3 and not the 4, because that 4 team is going to be going up against the Rams or the Cardinals. Would be Rams right now.
Yeah, that's another good pick. Tommy, do you have any ideas, or I could go first if you'd like?
No, I'll go. I'm going to agree with Matt, I think, with the Bucs. I think that you're certainly right. And by being in a weak division, I think that helps them for sure. I mean, you think about how good the Saints have been in years past, obviously with Drew Brees. And then, you would think that if he was still around and still, the condition that he was, they'd be right in the hunt there. And this division would be a little more competitive. But, I think that they should be thankful, like you said, Matt, to be in that 3 seed at this point in the season. But, at the same time, I think they're a really strong team and have a chance to compete again, of course. But yeah, I think they're thankful to be in the position they are right now.
That's a good pick, like I mentioned before. I'm actually going to go off the grain here. I think Connor had a phenomenal pick with the Arizona Cardinals, given that Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins have missed the past 3 games, and they're 2-1 in that stretch. They whooped the Niners, and they just recently beat the Seahawks in Seattle. Regardless of what you think of that team right now, it's tough to beat Seattle, regardless of who's playing. But I'm going to go down south, and I'm going to go with New Orleans. They are 5-5 currently, and they are very lucky to be in the playoffs right now. And they're lucky that there's just a total cluster of like 5-5, 5-6 teams at the edge of that NFC playoff spot, because, they lost Jameis Winston to a torn ACL, and Trevor Siemian has been starting the past 3 games, and they haven't played, the past 4 games at this point, right? And they're 1-3 in that stretch. But still, regardless, if you have Trevor Siemian as your starting quarterback and you're in the playoffs, you should be thankful for where you are right now. If I'm Sean Payne, I'm tossing Taysom Hill in there, because Trevor Siemian is just not getting it done. And their defense has recently been on the downturn. They just allowed 40 points to the Eagles. I mean, that's horrible, regardless of whether you're playing at Lincoln Financial or in the Superdome. The Eagles are a good team, but you don't want to allow 40 points to any team in the NFL. So I think the Saints are a great pick for being thankful, because they are not a team that has the talent on their roster to be in the playoffs right now.
Yeah, I mean, even it was a dogfight against the Tennessee Titans. They lost that one, but still, I mean, they lost to the Falcons, and look at the Falcons 2 weeks after that, just absolutely demolished. So I think the Saints is a very good pick. And they have a great game against the Bills this Thanksgiving. So we got a little Thanksgiving theme there. But we'll be picking that game for Go Picks too. Any final thoughts on which team should be thankful where they're at?
I mean, most of the other teams are either outside the playoffs or are where they should be at the top of the playoff picture.
I think you could also just really quickly look at Dallas at this point. They've suffered a lot of injuries. Obviously Cooper going onto the COVID-19 list, CD with potential concussion. I know he's in protocol. Zeke rolled an ankle pretty bad on Sunday. Their left tackle has been down. They're a very good football team. No, don't get me wrong. 7-3, That was a brutal game on Sunday, though. Everyone went in expecting that to be high score, 40 to 42 football game, and they didn't even score a touchdown. So, I still think they're a really good football team. They're going to win that NFC East. I think they have to be lucky to know that none of these injuries that have been obtained are season-ending, and they're still going to have everybody there come playoff time.
I mean, when you really think about it, every team is lucky.
I'm gonna refrain on talking from the Cowboys because I have a lot to say, and we have a very, very fun segment planned next. So make sure to stick around for that. We'll be right back with Go Chat.
Welcome back to Go Chat. We are back with a little Thanksgiving special here. We're going to draft a team of 5 players for flag football. Cannot pick a player in the NFL. So we're going to see who is going to come up with the best team, and we'll have a little voting on Thanksgiving Day. Just a little fun here for the holiday season. We got a random wheel generator, as you can see, and Connor is going to click to see. Are we going to go 4-1 or 1-4?
4-1.
Question.
Go 4-1.
We're gonna go 4-1 here for the random wheel generator. Connor, whenever you're ready for the 4th pick.
No.
Let's go.
The 4th pick is Connor here.
Oh, no.
Wait, quick question: Are we doing like a snake draft, or are we just doing like snake? Okay. So you get 2 players on your team first, Connor.
Yeah, Connor. All right, for the 3rd pick, who's it gonna be? It looks like it's gonna be Tommy for the 3rd pick.
Whoa.
That's interesting here.
Tommy is so
enthused to pick baseball athletes for football here.
All right,
Mike.
Who's getting LeBron?
We'll just have to see right here.
Matt's getting LeBron. Mike has the number.
That's if I pick LeBron.
Yeah, we don't know what's gonna happen.
So if I pick LeBron, all right. So I'll just go first. My first pick is going to be Aaron Judge.
Are you serious?
Yeah, Aaron Judge was a stud at football. Have you seen his stats or his highlights at tight end? Yeah, he was really good. He got a bunch of offers, I'm pretty sure, D1.
Oh, wow.
Well, I mean, he was offered at Notre Dame, I think. It's terrible.
Yeah, tight end university right there, Notre Dame. All right, Mike.
That's crazy. I mean, now I got to think.
We are picking a grand total of 5 people, I don't think, and it's going to be QB and 4 flexes on offense.
Yeah. I got to do it. I'm going with Giannis, most physically imposing creature outside of the NFL. And LeBron is slipping. I don't love his durability. With all these tough guys on the flag football field. We'll just have to see what happens.
All right, Tommy. Giannis is flex, right, Mike?
Yeah.
I don't know who you're referring to, Connor. I'm going to go with Mike Trout is my pick. I think he's just overall a great athlete and definitely
a great quarterback.
Would he be a quarterback, Tommy, or a flex wide receiver or tight end?
Oh, do we have to pick that?
Yeah, I mean, I would for the graphic. I'm writing it down.
I'll go quarterback Mike Trout.
All right, Connor.
LeBron James.
Why? Because he's absolutely ripped.
But he's absolutely ripped, and he can apparently throw a big elbow. So when he's fighting for that jump ball, he'll be able to get separation.
All right, Connor, you're back. Snake draft. You're back on the clock. It's a little difficult.
Wait, is LeBron playing quarterback for you, or is he?
No, he's a flex.
Okay.
I think I'm going to go Jacob DeGrom.
No!
As a quarterback. Jacob DeGrom is my quarterback.
That's very rude, I got to say.
It's not as rude as Matt picking Aaron Judge.
Aaron Judge?
That's not rude at all.
Terrible.
That's just a monster, dude.
All right, Tommy, you're up.
I'm up. Okay. I'm going to go with Giancarlo Stanton. The
Solid pick.
icon. I'm glad I got a Yankee on there. I thought that's who you were like talking about when you messaged me, Connor. Like, let me have him. I thought you meant Giancarlo, and I was like, what the heck?
No, I was talking about LeBron.
Of
All right,
course,
Mike.
I'm not gonna pick LeBron. Oh my goodness.
Oh God. Now I gotta think.
You could go Conor McGregor here, quarterback.
Conor McGregor. Yeah, sure. This is a tough one because there are so many options. My next pick was going to be DeGrom. He's athletic and stuff like that. I think I'm going to have to refrain from that. And
Obviously, because I picked him.
I think I might go with another New York Mets pitcher. That's going to be Marcus Stroman. And that is because he's very athletic to begin with. Obviously, he has a big arm. He throws 93. But the thing is, he's like 5'8". So like, how are you going to get the flag from him? All these guys are so tall. You're going to reach down while he's juking everyone out? I don't think so. And Marcus Stroman is going to be my Kyler Murray. That's my pick there.
So I'm about to get the best two picks in the draft. It's gonna be any sport, right?
Yeah, outside of football.
Well, I'm gonna go with the fastest man ever, Usain Bolt, because using him at running back, and possibly we'll see who my quarterback is, but maybe doing a little triple option. There's no way that anyone's gonna be able to catch Usain. Even if he plays wide receiver, I don't care about his hands. No one will be able to catch him. That is 100% certain. So you guys just let me have the second best player in this draft. But I'm gonna have to go with, for my next pick, I kind of do need to look at my quarterback position and see what I want to do here. But oh man, well, where can I go? This is harder than I thought.
I know, right?
Cool.
I'm gonna go with Mookie Betts, and I'm gonna put him at quarterback. I think
Oh, you know what? That's not a bad idea.
Mookie Betts is a very young athlete, and he's a little short, so he could do a little Kyler action, like kind of like what you were saying, Mike. So Mookie's gonna be my quarterback. We're gonna run a great option there.
There you go. Well, I'm gonna go next, and I'm gonna take Russell Westbrook. He's just gonna be such an explosive option for me. Obviously, he could go out on the field, jump very high, or he could, run the ball. So I think that's another great option for me.
All right, Tommy.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Ronald Acuna Jr. I think that he's just got a lot of good tools. I think obviously speed is a big one. And I think he would just be a good option.
Okay.
I almost went with another, like somebody out of left field, which I still might go with, but I almost went with somebody very bizarre. What?
Bryce?
No.
Oh no, not Bryce. Connor, you have two picks.
I'm gonna go with Luka Doncic.
I'm gonna be honest. That's a questionable pick.
Why
He's
is
not
that?
very athletic.
No, but he's quick. He'll be able to catch the ball. We're gonna go with Luka, and then this is difficult. This is tough. Oof. So this is my second to last pick, right? We're picking 5 players.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like searching online looking for answers.
Oh, I'm trying to find stuff. I wish we didn't have to pick just athletes. I was watching the Manning cast last night, and I heard Kevin Hart had some football experience. So definitely been funny to pick Kevin Hart there. Man, I'm gonna go Draymond Green. Draymond Green played football, so I think we're gonna stick him in the tight ends position, and with LeBron out wide, and we got dynamic duo there.
All right, Tommy, you're back on. You can pick your left fielder if you want.
Oh my goodness. Wait, what positions do I need still?
You just need 2 more flexes, which is like a wide receiver, running back, or tight end.
Okay. I'm going to go with Jackie Bradley Jr. I think that his speed would be used pretty well.
All right. Mike?
Oh my God, I literally just had someone in my head. Who? Oh, Zach LaVine. I'm going with Zach LaVine. Huge leaper. He's quick, explosive. You know, just another tool for Strowman to dish the ball to.
Mike really went. Mike's really going NBA here.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna
best athletes.
I'm gonna go with a curveball here. He is one of my favorite athletes. He's in baseball too.
Oh, I know who it is.
It's gonna be Trey Turner because
Yeah.
he is a fast man and he can also throw the ball too. We know that. That's the triple option there with Mookie Betts, Trey Turner, and
Wow.
And really to finish it off, I want speed, and I'm going to touch on a sport that nobody ever touches on in this podcast, and that's hockey. Got to go with the best hockey player currently in the NHL. That's Connor McDavid. He just does magical stuff constantly. Just a couple days ago with the Winnipeg Jets, or against the Winnipeg Jets, and he also is very fast on skates. So we'll have to see how that plays out on the grass. But he's a very quick guy and very versatile. I know that. Mike, this is your last pick.
Yeah, I want to pick a hockey player so bad, but it's just so tough to judge them. You know what I mean?
Doesn't really make sense, but I just had to go with it.
You know, that's fair. I honestly was thinking about like picking like someone like smaller, like Johnny Gaudreau or something like that, or like a Patty Kane. But I'm gonna have to go back to the NBA on this one. And what kind of shaking his head? Well, I'm going De'Aaron Fox here. I mean, speed kills, and De'Aaron Fox is one of the fastest players in the NBA. I think him and Russell Westbrook running across the field, that's going to be dangerous. Then Giannis down the middle with Zach LaVine on the outside. Woo! Killer team.
All right, Connor, or Tommy, sorry.
This is tough. Who am I going to go with? I actually just thought of somebody and I can't think of them. Oh, I'm going to go with somebody that was just cut by the Yankees. I'm going to go with Tyler Wade for his speed. I know the size is certainly not there by any stretch of the imagination, but I'm going with speed again.
All right. Connor, you could finish the draft off.
Mr. Irrelevant here. I'm also going speed. I'm shocked Tommy went speed and didn't pick the fastest player in baseball.
Oh,
Billy Hamilton. Billy Hamilton's coming to the team.
I was thinking of somebody else that's a little closer to us, but
Timla Castro.
Hello.
Oh man, I didn't even think of him until now. I thought someone was gonna pick KD by the end of it. I was thinking about it.
Oh my God, KD wasn't picked?
No, he wasn't picked.
No.
I was thinking about picking Taco Fall.
Yeah, I think I think my team's the best, but I truly think my team, there's no way you can stop my team. Mookie's at quarterback. We'll throw a little Trey in there, little Trey action. And then Usain Bolt, like I said, just tossing the ball.
And I don't think you have the lateral movement. You know what I mean? Because Trey Turner mainly runs in a straight line. Usain Bolt runs in a straight line. You know, with my team, pretty much all in NBA outside of Strowman, you know, they run straight. You know, they can move their feet. They can move their feet. I know your guys can move your feet in a straight line, but listen, you got the lateral movement here, and that's what.
Listen, my team's got the combination. We got bruisers in Draymond and LeBron. We got speed in Billy Hamilton, athleticism in Luka Doncic, and Jacob deGrom, the flamethrower at quarterback.
Luka's not doing anything. I don't know why you picked Luka.
It made zero sense.
Anything.
You know who I almost picked for his size, but I felt like it might not translate as well. I almost went with Bryson DeChambeau. That was my pick. That was out of nowhere.
Maybe if we're playing like actual football, he could play like fullback or something. But like,
I know
that would have been.
Instead of the match between him and Brooks Koepka, maybe we'll just strap him up with pad and see him hit each other.
I know they're best friends, right?
No.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
No.
That's why I said it, Connor. They can't stand each other. That
We'll
video
just-
was incredible, but
We'll just have to see who's voted. We'll have to figure out a way to do a bracket who's going to play who. But we'll figure that out, and those will be posted on Thanksgiving Day. Like I said, we want something a little more different, a little more special, a little more fun for you guys. If you would have picked someone else, I'm sure there's a lot of bad picks, mostly from Connor's team, but a ton of great picks. A lot of guys missed, a lot of guys on the free agent pool. If you want to make your own team, let us know what that team is, and we'll maybe put that in a fan poll. Who knows? But like I said, that was our Thanksgiving special. We're going to go into GOAT picks, where we're also doing a little Thanksgiving themed games. And then we have the GOAT of the week to finish this Thanksgiving special off. Welcome back to Go Chat. We are back. Just finished an awesome flag football draft. Like I said, voting will be on Thanksgiving Day for that. But we got a great round of Go picks, including 3 Thanksgiving matches. Of course, when you think of Thanksgiving, automatically we all think of football. Maybe Tommy thinks about the Yankees, whatever show that they do. But we got 3 good games. Bears Lions first game. Tommy, you are first in the leaderboard, so you're going to be going for first. Bears or Lions here?
well, first of all, you are correct. They do watch the Yankeeography marathon every Thanksgiving. Tune into Yes if you want to watch that. But I'm gonna go with the Bears. I think that they're just an overall better team, even though they're certainly not a great team. But gotta go with the Bears.
As much as I'd love to pick Tim Boyle and the Detroit Lions, of course, if this had no meaning to it, of course I would go with TB12, the original TB12, the goated TB12, Tim Boyle. But with that in question, I have to go safe here and go with the Bears. I'm going to win this. I'm not having a little fun here. Like,
You've been talking up Tim Boyle so much.
He's going to come out and literally demolish the Bears, but I'm gonna have to go with the Bears.
Oh, yeah, this is
Come
a
on,
bunch
Matt,
of baloney.
don't be hypocritical. If he's gonna
I am going to be the biggest hypocrite right now.
If he's gonna demolish the Bears, pick the Lions.
Connor, we could sit here as long as you want. I'm still not gonna pick the Lions.
So you're scared. You're a little scaredy cat.
I am a little scaredy cat.
You don't trust your gut. You don't trust your football.
My gut is saying the Bears are gonna win, but I know Tim Boyle.
You just said Tim Boyle's gonna go out and light it up.
He's gonna go out and light it up.
So then, I don't know. Sounds like a little sissy move.
You know what?
Okay.
Matt,
I'm Connor Wood today, guys.
Matt's just being a big old oven baked turkey right now. Just a little gobble gobble, a little scary chicken.
Mike, leave that like.
I'm going with the Bears too.
Leave those punchlines to me. All right, Connor.
I'm going the Lions. Tim Boyle's gonna light it up.
Okay.
Connor, do you not want to win?
I'm so far out of that.
12.
All right. Next game we got the Vegas Raiders and the Dallas Cowboys. This game's at 4:30. Tommy.
I gotta go with my favorite team of all time, the Dallas Cowboys. No, I mean, you know,
Boys, say it, Tommy.
What, we them boys? Yeah. What the heck? No, I gotta go with the Cowboys. Not too much to say on this one.
All right, yeah, I gotta go with Dallas too. Vegas is literally dog water.
Yeah, I'm going with Dallas as well. Vegas is who I thought they were, coming into the season. They fooled me for a little bit, but they're back to their normal state.
I'm gonna go with Dallas. I think this is a better game than you guys are making it out to be. I mean,
I agree with that.
Dallas is struggling with injuries. The Raiders are not that terrible. They are not that bad. I mean, they're a 500 team in the NFL right now. Obviously, have faced a bunch of adversity throughout these first 11 weeks. So, they're going out there on the field and playing football, and I think that's all we can ask from that team and from those players after all the adversity they've faced. Dallas is going to win, but I think it's a closer game than you guys might think.
All right, Bills at Saints. I think this is a better game than the Raiders Cowboys, if you ask me. Tommy, who are you gonna go with?
I gotta go with the Bills. As much as they've struggled, I think they're better than the Saints overall, but we'll see. I mean, I think it'll be a good game. Obviously, it's in New Orleans. I like to pick the home team, but I'm not in this game. I'm gonna go with the Bills.
Both these teams are struggling, but I'm gonna have to go with a team that I'm more comfortable picking, and that's the Buffalo Bills. Saints are a good team. I did say that they're over. Actually, no, they're dog water. What did I said that earlier. They're not as good. If they had Taysom Hill, I feel like I'd be like a little on the border with this one. But as long as Simeon's starting, I'm picking the Bills. Mike,
I still don't understand why Taysom Hill isn't starting. I mean,
I don't either.
I mean, they started Taysom Hill over Jameis Winston last year. Now they're starting Trevor Simeon. I mean, it's ridiculous, but I'm going with the Bills as well. This is a no doubter for me.
I'm gonna pick the Bills here.
All right. Going out of Thanksgiving, we have a great college basketball game on Friday. This is going Duke, who's ranked number 5, going up against Gonzaga, who's ranked number 1, both undefeated teams. Fantastic game. Tommy, who are you going to go with?
It is a great game. I don't know. I'm gonna go with Gonzaga. I think that they always come through in the big games, it seems like, and I don't know. It's tough to pick against Duke, but yeah, I'm gonna go with Gonzaga. I was going back and forth there, but Gonzaga is my pick.
I'm gonna go with Duke here. I think Duke's got a very talented team. They got a couple players who have played last year going into this, and Paolo Banchero has been very good, and I think he's going to line up well against Drew Timme. I don't know. I think Gonzaga is they are a favorite here, but I'm going to go with an upset. Mike.
Yeah, Duke does have a lot of top end talent with Paolo Banchero and Trevor Keels, and they just have a loaded team, especially with some of the freshmen from last year that have stayed this past year and now sophomores. But this Gonzaga team is just too good. Drew Timme's back. Chet Holmgren has been playing well so far. Obviously, their coach is phenomenal as well. So I got to go with Gonzaga.
Connor, finish this off.
I'm going to go with Duke. Gonzaga is playing the number 2 team, UCLA, Tuesday night as we're recording this. So I think they're going to be putting a lot of energy into that game. Obviously, a couple days to recover, but I just think, that's going to be a dogfight game between those two number 1 and number 2 teams in the country. So I think going into Duke, I think Duke's going to be able to maybe catch them off guard, catch them back on their heels a little bit, take advantage, win that game.
All right, that is it for Go Picks. We will have another Go Picks round for the weekend, even though we don't have an episode. But coming up next to finish the episode off, we got Go of the Week. Welcome back to Go Chat. We are back with the Go of the Week. If you check the leaderboard out, I gained a win last week with Steph Curry. I gained a win with Steph Curry. Josh Allen was the closest one. Aaron, then followed by Aaron Judge and James Conner. But it's a new week, guys. I'm still confident that I'm going to win. My Go of the Week, none other than the best running back in the league right now that Derrick Henry's out, and that is Jonathan Taylor, absolutely trudging through Buffalo, through that defense, 32 times rushing for 185 yards, in 4 touchdowns. This guy was absolutely insane. He probably won some people some fantasy leagues, maybe lost some people some fantasy leagues, but he had 3 receptions for 19 yards and a touchdown on top of that. So we're talking about 5 touchdowns there and about 200, just under 200 yards from the scrimmage. Indianapolis blew Buffalo out 41-15. As long as he's the running back there, I have very high hopes for Indianapolis. Quite possibly, I could see them in the Super Bowl if Jonathan Taylor sustains this performance, tearing through defenses.
You know what? I don't know about Super Bowl. I think they can make some sort of a playoff run, but sure, I guess. Okay, listen, that was a cute Go of the Week. We all get that. Connor's in shock right now. But let's head over to Kansas City, where the true Go of the Week plays, and that is Chris Jones. He absolutely terrorized Dallas. He was probably the biggest reason Kansas City won this matchup, because they still scored under 20 points. If we win this matchup saying that Kansas City was going to score 19 points, we would say, oh yeah, Dallas blew them out of the water. But no, that's not the case. Dallas coming in this game as the number 1 offense, and Chris Jones just said, no, I'm tearing all this apart. 3.5 sacks, 2 tackles for loss, and pretty much a game-saving or game-ending pass deflection on Dak's last interception. Dak threw the ball. Obviously, Chris Jones deflected it, went right into a Kansas City defensive back hands. So it's got to be Chris Jones this week, no doubt.
I think the real go of the week is Rain Dakota Prescott for turning the ball over 3 times. Truly an unbelievable performance down there in Cincinnati or Kansas City. Connor, let's hear your go of the week.
All these stats are cute. I mean, we got 3.5 sacks, 5 touchdowns, just under 200 yards. Let's talk about someone who had 6 touchdowns. CJ Stroud. Man was nearly perfect for the Ohio State Buckeyes this past Saturday, going into a huge game against the number 7 ranked Michigan State Spartans. This game, Lee Corso picked the Spartans. CJ Stroud came out and quickly shut him up. 432 yards and 6 touchdowns, 32 for 35, 91.4 completion percentage, QBR of 98.7. Let me not forget to tell you, these stats are in the first half alone. He didn't play the second half of this football game. He threw for 432 yards and 6 touchdowns in one half of football. We're talking about Jonathan Taylor, cute little 5 touchdowns. CJ Stroud had 6.
Okay, first of all, I love how you say those are cute little stats, and then you proceed to give us stats that basically are the same thing. Second of all, Lee Corso is an idiot. He picked Cortland 2 years ago against Ithaca. Only one to pick Cortland in the Cortica game 2 years ago in 2019. So that really doesn't say anything for you.
No, that's not true. That is not true.
It was Kirk.
Ithaca was Kirk Herbstreit. Everyone else picked Cortland. Get your facts straight before you come out and be talking about go to the week, man.
And Lee is a wonderful man.
Lee Corso. Lee Corso is the one who puts on the helmets, the hats.
Yeah.
You
don't even know what you're talking about, and you're coming out here, man.
I still think you can't really. College football analysts really don't have anything to do with go of the week, so I don't know why you're really bringing it up. I don't know why. CJ Stroud had a very good game, but Jonathan Taylor's playing in the big leagues for the NFL, and putting up 5 touchdowns is really never heard of.
So are we taking a hit at CJ Stroud because he's younger?
No, I'm not taking a hit on anyone. I'm not taking a hit on anyone, but there's a difference. There's a difference between there's a difference between college. There's a difference between college defenses and NFL defenses.
Stop talking.
There is a difference between college defenses and NFL defenses. We both know that, and the Bills' defense is actually good.
Sure.
They didn't play like they were good.
Michigan State came into this game number 7 ranked in the country. They were the number 7 football team in the country. They had the number 7 ranked defense in the country. And he put up 432 yards and 6 touchdowns in a half of football, missing only 3 throws.
Yeah, I get it's amazing, but I'd rather take an NFL player here.
We can't take a hit at somebody because he's
I'm not taking a hit at him.
He's younger. He's he's solidifying his spot as a Heisman finalist, potential Heisman winner, as a redshirt freshman for the now number 2 team in the country.
That doesn't have anything to do with this past week. I'm just saying I'd rather take Jonathan Taylor here for the go to the week because he's playing in the NFL. He's been playing much harder defenses, much harder players, and still putting up.
What about when you picked Buddy Boeheim last March?
Buddy Boeheim won. Buddy Boeheim won though. You picked Kate Cunningham that same week, so I don't know what you're talking about, buddy.
I have nothing against picking NCAA.
I have nothing against it either. I'm just saying I'd rather take.
Impressive for the numbers that.
Okay, guys, I think that's enough. Tommy needs to get his go of the week out. Let's give some shine to him. He hasn't talked much this episode. Tommy, who's your go of the week?
Well, I know I'm not gonna win. I was taking a look at some leaders from this past week. We're gonna go with Justin Jefferson.
There you go.
Had a couple of touchdowns, 169 yards, 8 receptions. And, of course, he was a big part of Minnesota's win against the Green Bay Packers and Aaron Rodgers, most washed-up quarterback in the game. But, no, I'm just kidding about that. But, no, he put together a good week and was a big part, of their 34-31 victory. And, he's my go of the week. I know I'm probably not going to win, but
Tommy, believe in yourself. You never know what's going to happen. You never know what's going to happen.
Jonathan Taylor's definitely going to win. Justin Jefferson had a very good game. Tommy against the Green Bay Packers secondary there. Austin Eckler, I thought could have been a guy who you could have picked. But Jefferson did have a good game. I will say that.
I don't know Austin Eckler.
I mean, Jefferson had 2 touchdowns. Jonathan Taylor had 5. CJ Stroud had 6 in one half of football. Jonathan Taylor needed 4 quarters to score 5 touchdowns. CJ Stroud.
You realize it's much easier for a quarterback to get a touchdown than a run. Yeah, I'm not even arguing you, dude.
2 quarters.
You're just biased. You're just biased. You won't really give up.
How's it biased? He threw for 430 yards and 6 touchdowns in one half of
No,
football.
Connor.
Against the number 7 ranked team in the country.
Connor, I'm saying you won't back down because you love Ohio State. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that anything that CJ Stroud did is because you're biased. He had a very good game. That is that. And the reason why I think Jonathan Taylor deserves it more than CJ Stroud is because he's a running back and he's still doing this in the pros in the NFL. Nothing against CJ. No, just want to clarify. Nothing against CJ Stroud. Okay. Nothing against him.
He's going to win this week.
He's not going to win it, dude. We can even I'll be willing to put a bet on this too.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
I don't know, man. What do you want to do?
All right. Well, hopefully we can figure out a bet between these two.
Actually, I don't know if I do because last time it was definitely there's some shady stuff happened last time with Dane Richardson.
Yeah, you guys soiled some picks right there at the end.
No, Dane went off the board for the first time to pick Connor. That's just a little shady in my opinion.
Okay, I remember that. I can absolutely promise you that I didn't say anything.
Okay, I believe you, but I still am a little skeptical about it.
That was literally like a year and a half ago.
I mean, let's also think about that for a second. And Mike's girlfriend also picked for you. Went off the board there. So
Mike's girlfriend doesn't pick for him every week.
Little fishy there.
Yeah, she usually picks for the athlete that she knows.
Connor, I see the votes. Connor, don't just stop. It's
okay.
fine.
We're done here. We're done. All right. Enough of the arguing. You know, let the fans decide who the victor is, and we will be back for episode 110, if I'm not mistaken. Is this
111? This is 110.
This is 110. We'll be back with episode 111. You guys will find out who the winner of GOAT of the Week is. And we'll let
the flag and football teams.
And flag football, yeah. We're going to be running a bracket on our Instagram, GOAT Chat on Instagram. You can look us up there. If you're not following us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all that stuff, what are you doing? Go hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button as well. And we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for tuning in.
Happy Thanksgiving. Spend some good quality time with your families.
Yeah, forgot that part of Thanksgiving episode. Happy Thanksgiving. Spend some time with your families and enjoy a great day. Yep. Watch some football as well.
Mike's we're gonna cut him off. Have a great holiday.
Oh, shut up. You two just rambled on for 10 minutes. Give me a break.
All right, we'll be back in a couple weeks for GOAT Chat after this Thanksgiving break. Happy Thanksgiving, guys. We'll see you later.